Hello, doing my daily recap. I did a lot today. Nice. Just cleaning my room out. Pretty fun. I'm gonna install the printer later. Bought a printer today. So happy. It's really cool. It's really capable. Did a lot of shopping. Saw a lot of people. My daughter watches. Remind me of Asian Faith. Justice Faith. Gordon is the love of justice. It's pretty cool that I got to watch their project team on it. Nice. And so we went to Walmart first. This morning we went to McDonald's first. Got a nice coffee. That was delicious. And we're outside, kind of preparing for the printer. Drive out to Walmart. Went towards the watches first. They were a good deal, $6 and $9. Did a lot of fun stuff. Surfing around. Halloween stuff was in the store. It's like, so we went to the printer section and found something I liked. Pretty happy. It has color and it has a scanner. So that's some shopping at IKEA. It's awesome. Don't buy anything, but just kind of for the next couple months. Next month, I think I'm buying my hair dryer, but after I might get a shawl. So I'll get December USB or journal. I think I'm gonna get the USB. USB's $100. I could get both. I could get a $50 Amazon journal. And maybe next year sometime, like say I get a job or another journal, be able to get that. USB is 100. So what else? Thoughts, organization. It's all the cookies I bought last time. Last time I bought some paint and cookies. This time Cadmia. First. Saying some fun stuff, saying some sparkle action today, saying I started with the waterfall. I was learning suicide waterfall friction theory. It's pretty rad. But yeah, this last night with my hair short. Then I followed after that keep it to your lips. It's just a lot of what system is a question. It's like, this is my third time here. Next time, be a lot of waking up. IKEA structure. Have it structured. Listening pleasure. But first couple times is a lot of practice, but about like throwing stuff in the trash. So that's kind of against the flow that I just had. Right when I went there, I logged in that we're going to be coming a few other times, and then I did some sort of creative thing with it. Pretty sure I said we're thinking about having our own store, on another planet. Similar to trees and hills. It's like structure setup. You have some sort of purpose to I am prayer. Wasn't a video, wasn't prayer, wasn't Mary. Something, this gypsy, another gypsy thing. This time I didn't buy anything. About the next two times we're gonna go. We get dinner there. We got dinner. It's like something like well, the offering was Sandia. Sandia. I introduced myself as our Kardashian. And at the Westfield Mall, I said the first time this tree's natural. It's going to moniker this, saying it's like Apollo. Really, it was like referring to kids. That's what it felt like. Kids were referring to. Can I eat? Dinner was really good. Small vegetarian. Full. I did the garage wall thing to the wall, to the serve counter. Like it was like accessibility to beef and chicken, preferred and accepted as payments instead of the garage wall matter, anti-matter, faster than the speed of light. Live. Hey. Love that channel, great channel. What I'm gonna do the rest of my night. We're gonna test out this printer. Heartland. It's the first time. I was watching Hell's Kitchen yesterday. Someone already won. There's another winner until like tomorrow. They do the whole season in a row, so you like watch consecutive. Kind of cool. Gordon Ramsay came up in conversation some today. I was like, what's he getting his new job? Pretty fun. They talking about holding the ship, about how minimum the maximum he's talking about how he set something up by the second, set up the reinstate percentage packages. Alright, what is it? Oh, the angel warning thing. Like, okay, we gotta have the morning. Let's bunker with Heather. Okay. Some circulation tension tonight. Hated it. Gotta get all my copyright pages together. Some copyright portfolios. My food portfolio. Data programming. Culinary portfolio. Culinary work. Fashion portfolio. Tags. The culinary portfolio might have to be a deck. It's not like I've been super consistent about doing pictures of my plates and stuff. Like I have culinary projects and of my creative direction is towards wanting to open my own restaurant. Have like a trees naturals department. Like what if I did all the sewing, worked an 8-hour shift, like all of my sewing singles and importance over her part. Seems like work 8 hours in a restaurant and like 8 hours in fashion at her and her. So higher. So like just laugh at it. So I have a profile. That's my fashion. You know. Culinary, my byproduct. So I should just say, let's give myself a 10-year plan to put something appropriate together, like watermarks and the work I already have done. Think about extra shade, like deal. Have the counseling commitment thing. So we're essentially going to have to like function on our kids and utilizing media there. Essentially, the only way we'll be able to commission food for our project. It's fine. It's more of a French chocolate ordeal. Like, I just feel like every time I bring it up, I'm like, tell it's future creations. And people see me as like a original player, original family. To get started all the way up to like 30,000. 1,000, say 1,000 years, 500. 2,000. 1,000. They gotta make their babies. So 18 years, and it just multiplies and multiplies and multiplies until time is created. Feel very sturdy and steady about stimulus packages. So I guess my culinary portfolio would be like each project I've worked on, and I'm only done with one of my culinary projects. I have to still write the book on the You and Your Trillion circulation milk. Just about me and my brother have a central hardware structure that reacts to each other when we first meet. Or like baby, I'm like a 1-year-old, he's like a baby. Or maybe I'm a 2-year-old, he's a 1-year-old. And it's just interesting the information I've been able to like cultivate, energy, chi, elevation, is, superlative body strength. Yeah. Oh, now I have my printer. I'm not buying my Microsoft package until so what I'll be printing is my tags for my fashion. To put the machinery book together by Christmas. I don't want to go for next summer. I'll be 32. Me at 32 or something. See. Well, I just really want to stimulate those families that are new. Say they didn't get to the final line, finish line. Say, honey, energy, putting it to eat. I thought it was good. So then, it talks about the egg life, the extra sugar. I could run a bakery. It's an ET model. It's a model of space and time. Consistency, so absence of having checks and balances. Just flexibility. Very flexible. Just putting the milk question circulation project with the UT project. Just say, as my rule and order, you'll move to specific manifestation guide. Says you'll ask someone, they'll draw it for you, and bring someone else with you. So then you're like holding one hand, holding the other. It's literally everything that exists. The ET. It's like always animated. I mean, you're always kind of, using your skills, your power. You'll be finalizing in the power you now possess from always being able to understand the diet, like the elixir of life. You're always permanently have some in your body. So this mix up. That's how it feels. I want to cells project as in representing the family. Core values, how core values are changing, and how is this going to be the most purposeful service expansion? See so many tattoos. I saw so many tattoos today, and I was just like, just have people follow my rule. To think of myself as like, it's airbender, genetic airbender. It's not like weird that the whole universe and solar system, that everyone has a role, or the actual living embodiment of everything that exists tattoo. We want to get the tattoo in every country. Like, the point of the universe is that the universe is about the facts. Like, what are your facts? And then having that creation motion, your energy sort of level at the base. Essentially submit requests, Okay, I want to be born in Spain. Okay, I want to be born in Mongolia. It's like there's a few backup questions. Like currently, different country than you normally want. Same country, same different land. Like, it's kind of awesome. And I just think, it's the most obvious way to present on a smorgasbord. I think about every design. Like at 18, you have this huge energy rush, I feel like. You're about to enter process. It's just like, get things done. Make as many things as possible. As far as, that's your future, is thinking many things as possible. Have a time management system that works very, very fluent, I guess. Your time in a cramming kind of way. When I think about how much time I used, I just think I crammed that much into a day, every day. Nowadays, try to think as much as possible can, inform, it's all a blessing. See your appearance, see your good hygiene, see all these things, and as my role in the genetic theory, there is such thing as ownership. On the drive home, I was thinking about how, my genomic role is for the Everything That Exists project. Something easy for, let's say a newbie to grow on, this new to my family. When I say newbie, I mean, really, I like acting, I was, mom and dad in the 80s had TE for 20 years and made our 17th baby Duggan style. Not like that. Not trying to test limits or kind of not as popular theories, but I mean, hey, experience is experience, and it'll be your whole time. How I thought of it was just like my whole time times like a trillion. I need this tattoo to be drawn outside of the tattoo shop as a start, as like a full start. And luckily, when I got my internship, and I actually didn't know for a fact that I was going to have this exposure, but I was exposed to surround theory. And she had all these books on surround, surrounding designs and stuff, and she made it perfect. And when I'm 19, I feel like I could have a lot of engaging conversations with this person. So if you're tuned in, watching my daily summaries, let's think manifesting, talking to the surround. It's just magical. It's so perfect. I feel like it's a superfluous design. I could introduce age groups to approach the system the same way. Let's think, engage in, an articulation, being systems, I don't know, weirdest part is that I was actually given a hint before, and I don't know how she feels about that. The tattoo artist, I mean, she's kind of like, oh, I saved the day. Hey, wait a minute, he told you that? And it's like, I don't even know where my dad, he was my dad. He is my dad. Being the person who told me the hint, and this is the Saturn hint. It's like the perfect equation for easy I feel like when I introduce this, have enough time to wait and just think about the body coming up to it. Kristen led me to it, and like I have examples of playing other people games like Chaz. When she said no to me, I didn't go tell my dad. She was like, "Psst, bitch, please. I just wasted all my energy telling you, and she assaulted me. It's horrible. I'm 17, and it's like you used all your energy, is what it feels like. Like with Kristen, I feel like I could have engaged in her, like telling her that it is what it is. Bobby has a sauce and song, sings. What is. It's just been a really great day. I think that, like, what happens is that your mind's uh, capacity. Your mind's capacity, which is a feasibility curiosity. It's just what it feels like. I don't know. Like, I don't have money to pay people to be like me. It just has to be the rule and the law. I mean, it would be plain and simple. I'm the genomic protocol for this subject. I demand 100,000 of each country to have this. And then see if you can communicate to people, hey, I've got the communication. Like, maybe only single out, let's say like 50 groups, 53 groups, like a Saturn amount. Learn a lot about, on the outside of the sunflower is the trunks. You have folds, times is Mars, folds is Jupiter, trunks is Saturn. Uranus is 4 foot, also Pluto. So 4 foot, and Scallop or Neptune. Pluto is 8 quarts. It's the obvious part. So it's a divine act. I mean, I believe that this is the only thing that's taught. In your whole 24 universes inside of your alignment, your own calendar. Hey, people talk about construction all day, but they don't really know who's in control. I agree. Like, it takes that long to create an Earth mass from living. Well, what if my Earth mass is just these daily summaries discussing, my future summaries will talk about how, like the Chaz thing, for instance. She told me no, and then, assaulted me. I totally had that much on my mind, and to have that shut down in me, I call it candid feasibility. Like, didn't take a picture. I mean, it's just kind of like an early on checklist when someone rejects you as a high energy. You're high energy. The world is your oyster. The oyster shut. I couldn't tell my brothers and sisters that that's an example of a conversation. If she would have taken the easy way and just said, I'm hoping that all I did is coming through biting my head. Hoping that all that she did is coming through biting her. She is an outsider who spent 17 years with us. Well, Kristen was a newbie saying, I won. I discovered the universe, which is fine. I want every woman and man to feel that way. I just know that there's something sticky, why can I communicate to you about, the certain components, I'm, sitting there saying, oh, everything's so nice, oh, everything's so bountiful, whatever. I cried in the airport on the way home, and it's am I ever even going to see these people again? And I just thought my life's history, essentially reviewed by these people who are well, blah, blah, blah. I want to take control. I want to do all the credit for the situation. It's well, I couldn't even communicate to you that with advanced counseling and psychology skills, would have I arrived to the same answer without her assistance? And the emphasis on eight, eight means infinity, and said number eight, eight petaled lotus. I've learned about Saudi Arabia before, thanks to my mom. Just about the environment. If I were to wake up and be there, what would I go do? That kind of thing. I mean, I just think at the beginning, I could have bought my own tattoo gun, asked one of my teachers to draw instead of this girl who I asked. Let's see how many complicated equations you can have as a subcarpathian, as a sensitivity. Have something forming on your body, grow sensitivity. And I would feel like I'm going to get this one removed and just say, I'm done, I don't want to hear fighting, So they obviously haven't been conformed. My strong belief in myself says you need to conform in order to receive your bounty, your abundance. I feel like they're like cyber hackers because every day I pray, everyone on my account, commenting regularly, you doing things, that are emphasis to find this finding, this milk, my culinary portfolio. There's passion portfolio. I could start a pledging. I just wish that I wasn't so silent so far. I get a lot of Hispanic uprise, a few Indian uprises that are just like super excited and realize my communication aperture and effectual, how many passes, how many constituents, how many figuratives. They don't really are agreeable to these people that I'm kind of sensitive to. So I just feel like I could start on this arm, and praise, let's say take a class at Joanne's or a simple art class, ask the teacher. Just doing a multiplistic project. Like, hey, what is that? Simple that instead of being a dislike, which I find a chef now, it's like I'm asking dislike. It's the only way I can organize, self-motivation strategy with congruent life-saving techniques. TE a technique, but we're in a universe that is only based in, what a black person teach. How a storm cloud is essentially a thing becoming a thing. We teach multiplistic, cognitive, social cognizant thinking, and all these are kind of immature terms, and it's essentially only a chance to succeed, is how I see it. Because when you have all these universes that are old, I have a whole top line that says if you didn't get HB by the time you're 40, you're in these four categories. Because you'll pollute, primary resources that are operating for success. Let's say you got it at 30. So our universe is stuck below aesthetic, the top category, like the 40 range. And there's 30. Then there's 20. Let's say always checking in, learning more about pregnancy. There's whole wallets I want to build, and that'll be also my fashion portfolio's wallets. But let's say I was eating out, someone noticed me. How did they find me? That's kind of my attitude. It's like, just say yes to that. Say, have you climbed Mount Everest? Have you gone to Barcelona? I just say yes to everything. That's what life on ETE is. You only meet needs. Why would you ever commit to being a loner? What happens when you deny something? Because it's like hoping that all that you did. That's why I hate chats. Because I had like everything in my blessed succeed of trees of the neighborhood. Like, it's my distorted thinking because of her doing that to me, you know? And she still hasn't told my dad. I really just think that cremating her is the only option at this point. Because A, that's $53 trillion. B, that's the whole consistency of the movement is that you have been here for over 17 years. I mean, Fina Wei, what she's done with us before, I was just like, hi, you know, what can I do for you? You know, because I'm growing and still playing the game that she essentially, you know, hated as her body is deteriorating. This essentially owes every person now an apology because, you know, I have this whole explanation and everything because I feel like as an older sister, you know, I should have been catered to, you know, hey, brother, maybe your brother would do a project like you. I'd just perk up and smile, you know. Circulation systems are different, and to assault my system like she did, like, and the physical actual assaults, you know. You're dramatic as a 17-year-old, huge heiress of nobility that I am, you know, trying to be environmentally conscious, trying to, you know, go to work as a influence, as an inspiration, actually, not an influence, maybe, you know, an influence myself doing things, but why was the influence not there after I was rejected? I feel like the easy way is just to say yes to me, have my family, in the picture, we have this awesome picture. It has the boys that visited us. There's these two boys. They were like suburban family style. Love to like go out to the hookah lounge and stuff. We went to the hookah lounge together like a few times, just as like a double date kind of situation, and like kind of music attraction. I was attracted to what music they listen to, and they like how we look, so they came to our fashion show. One of them did. And I just really liked that they all were there, you know, and why couldn't my family be there? It was like, it feels like that's kind of the spotlight that was on me. It's why is my family? And that association to help my brothers feel unpresented by what I was assaulted by. I mean, I feel good at talking. I feel like if someone even went up to Chaz saying something, she would try to use my dad's power. My dad has awesome Saturn powers, but he's getting a little psychotic, manic. I have a whole list now of things that I can say about this situation. This person is not like, it's very disconnected. I don't really truly like her. Or she might even be part of like uh, part of like gender identity. Like I don't really like her because they like associate. I mean, I don't know. And then you take me really likable. I'm really happy. Like, what's the deal with presenting this idea? You know, like to my dad. My dad still doesn't know. That's like the first part. You know, that essentially, you know, taking her on psychotic calls because she's trying to cover up her situation. It's almost been 20 years. I mean, in 6 years from now, 20 years, 31 right now. So, just, on this Kristen thing, I think she's the world life savior. really, I just want to like study, have possibility of the answer. Get like have my pure chemical zirconium. I'm a zirconiac, like really like why really like really like just being able to coexisting. That was really good. Coexisting. I know, I think of like 500 words, and then you gotta like talk slow and be like, and I choose coexist. Why did I choose coexist this time? So many words, think about it, keep tiring, all this, and it never changing, never changes. Hey, one guy got a tattoo with a snake today. He had a snake on his arm. Or no, it was a girl. Sorry, a girl. Another tattoo of like a breast cancer heart, like one of those kind of wiggly like hearts or whatever. Oh, whatever. I just, I just know that why things don't happen. Like today, I was thinking about different reactions. Like, say this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. There's a reaction. Well, my body hope is that I'd one day react that way because I have a different system. I'd say part of my system that's open is very happiness driven about things. Let's say I cooperate with full storage, people using the hygiene program, or making note of the sweetbread, stories that I had. Blah blah blah. I don't like not talking about something. I can talk about every single subject that ever existed in my life. I would seriously be the best person for it all, because when me and my business partner have our fashion portfolio are done and our mood, she's gonna do mine, I'm gonna do hers. A mood being the deep face, the television coordination. And I spent 40 minutes on today's recap. Well, dinner was good, got my printer, had a coffee at McDonald's. I don't know. We'll see what future ones bring up. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my hair cut. This last night with long hair, girls. Woo! Turn into a watermelon again. So, I'll present what fabric I get tomorrow too, because I have $60 left for fabric. Just get one of the trim, that stuff. Right, I'm doing good. Everyone in the house is doing awesome. Everyone's positive and supportive, and just think about your posts and videos. Right, it's me signing off.